What is everybody? Welcome back to youtube.com/RajFormer. My name is Roger Corney, also known as @RajFormer on the internet, and today I want to talk to you guys about video game education. Now, what is video game education? Video game education is this brand new series that I'm starting on this channel with this very video. The entire pitch is that I'm an ignorant idiot, and I think that's kind of true for a lot of things, but most importantly, video games, and that's especially embarrassing, especially since I'm going to go into the video game industry on the media side, so, you know, I should play some of the seminal video games that everyone talks about. So this is an excuse for me to sit down and play these games that are classics in some cases, or some just well-revered video games, or some cult classics. So I want to sit down here and give you my thoughts before I play the game, during playing the game, so I'll give you some let's play kind of things, and then after playing the game. So a little bit of everything. I really want to talk about it and really give you my opinion, especially since I think my opinion is kind of unique, since I grew up with the PS2 era. You know, I never really grew up with games in the NES or SNES or DOS era. You know, it just never was like that. I'm not just saying that I'm going to play those old games. I'm going to be playing contemporary classics, as it were. But I want to start off with some of the main classics, and I want to start off with a classic that I've been very, very interested with. This is going to be my before for the game Doom. Doom is a game that has been really, really interesting to me for so long. I think about 2 years ago I read Masters of Doom, which is this absolutely fascinating book all about the creation of Doom, with John Carmack and John Romero and Tom Hall, and these people just coming together and just making this weird game and making Wolfenstein and revolutionizing an entire genre that makes billions of dollars now. Like, it's absolutely fascinating to hear the story, and you really should look into it. But I wanted to play the game that was so talked about in the game that the title of the book alludes to. Going into it, I know, of course, what Doom is. I think most of these games I'm going to be playing, I know what it is, you know? I kind of get it, right? I know what Doom is, I've seen it, I've probably played a little bit of it, right? But I've never really played the entire thing. So I want to sit down and play it, and going into it, I kind of can tell that it's probably going to be fun. From what I've read about the game, what I've seen of the game, it looks really cool in terms of the design, the sound aspect, the way that the game moves really fast, and seeing, you know, the new remake of Doom that they just announced over at the Bethesda E3 conference, you can totally tell that they're taking a lot of things from the original one if you've just seen gameplay of it. So, you know, of course, it's about space marines or whatever going into hell. That's kind of my knowledge of it. And I also know some knowledge of it that John Romero was like really loved like Dungeons and Dragons. All of them love Dungeons and Dragons. They loved like the demon aspect of it, and John Romero had a really twisted sense of artistry. So I think that's going to be heavily shown in this video game, and I'm very excited to see how that plays out. So enough about the pre-show, enough about me just speculating what I think it is. Here's some of my gameplay. But yeah, here it is. Thank you so much, Past Roger, for that amazing transition. You're really good at what you do and extremely handsome. Now I am here, Current Roger, with gameplay for Doom to tell you what I think about it right now. I just finished one of the missions, so we're gonna hop right into it. I guess I just finished Diamond's Lab, so we're gonna get into it. I am at the second part of the game. This game was split into thirds. I love this game so far. You're probably gonna see me gushing about it once I get over to the actual review, I guess, part of this education. But the gameplay part of it is just so satisfying. Like that I can just go over and just shoot that guy in the face with a shotgun. Like, it seems weird me saying that like shooting someone in the face is satisfying and it's amazing, but it is though. It's like it's so nice to be able to just run and gun, and then just, it's so fast paced, and going over and just run up to a person and hear someone, hear that guy and just go over there, just blast the fool. And I feel like games like nowadays, like the new Call of Duties, the new Battlefields, I think that that's one of the things that they've taken away from it. Games are really, they're not satisfying to shoot anymore. It's just a competitive edge, right? It's like when you stab someone in Call of Duty. It's not good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like satisfying. I'm walking in circles, by the way. The level design, the world design is so brilliantly made. I also like how it's like your health doesn't regenerate. You have to legitimately find this and actually find the little health upgrades and find the little armor upgrades. Not too sure what armor does. I feel like my health is good. I guess it reduces the health. Okay, this guy not doing too well in terms of, you know, trying to go around without getting killed. I mean, and hit, but I'm doing pretty well. These fools, I don't understand what their deal is. I like how it's just all about exploring, right? It's not just like, go over here and kill this guy, you know? Go over here and find the objective, you know? It's like, okay, just survive and get to the end of the level. And it's not a happy game either. Like, there's not much story, but like, even the first mission of the game, it's like the first, I guess, part of the game. It's like, oh, you die. You're dead. Your character dies. You're like, nothing happy about it. Like, there should be rain, like, you should get to the ending and everything good should happen. He's like, nope, you die. You're dead. Now you know, it's just like, I love that so much. Just like, it's not gonna sugarcoat it. You know, you're in hell. It's really twisted. It's really demented. It's not gonna be like, well, good guys win, bad guys lose. Oh god. See, it's intense. This game is intense. It looks like it's like nothing. Oh, you're not even aiming, you know, like, but it's intense. It becomes a pretty somewhat difficult game, kind of, and I that comes from a guy that's really bad. Oh, exit already. Okay, cool. That was a pretty fast level. And there's probably a ton of other secrets I could have found, right? Like, and that's another thing I love in this game. Look at this. It tells you how much percentage of killing and items and secrets you find, right? It's all about replaying and all about killing as many people as possible, causing as many crazy mayhem, running as fast as you can, finding different things, doing it as fast as possible, right? It's a pure gameplay experience, and that's why I love Doom. And now I'm gonna cut over to after I finish the entire game. I'm gonna tell you guys what I legitimately think. But yeah, gameplay wise, in the second act or whatever, this game is really good, and hopefully my future self thinks the same thing. Future Roger? Thank you so much, previous Roger, but I am here sitting in front of you after playing the entirety of Doom in basically a day. I can sit down and tell you right now that Doom is a special game, and it is, from just playing it and finishing it, a classic. Like, it is, and I can totally see so many elements that this game has influenced in other games, more modern games, you know, Call of Duty, Battlefield, you know, all these games. You can totally see the influences that games like Wolfenstein and definitely Doom, where they come in and how they fit in the gaming landscape. And sitting down and playing Doom, I was a little bit surprised about how much it holds up. It really does hold up. I think every single element of the gameplay holds up. I think it's straightforward. It knows what it is. It knows that it's not going to be like, well, you have to aim down the sights, the barrel of the gun. No, you're just going. You're just running, and you're shooting, and it's not stopping. I don't think I reversed once. There's a back button, and I was like, oh yeah, S, I can just go backwards, but I didn't. I never did. I was just always going forward. You're always going forward. You're turning left. You're turning right. You're going fast. You're using your shotgun. You're blasting fools. Like, it's just all about speed and going fast and killing demons and bad guys. You know, there isn't any element of, well, now you have to slow down and listen to the story. This is what I think a lot of classic games really get right. They know what they are. They really do know what they are, and Doom is a prime example of that. It knows what it is. It knows that it is a pure gameplay experience. You know, there are some story elements here and there, of course, but it is almost a pure gameplay experience. And playing through it, I really found myself fascinated by not only the gameplay, because I think the gameplay is really solid. I mean, you can't really get too crazy with it, right? You just look and you shoot, and it has really cool guns, really amazing animations, awesome enemies. We'll get to that in a bit, but I think the main thing that I really loved was the environment, was the atmosphere that was created with the help of John Romero. Like, clearly it was John Romero's brain. Like, if you know anything about this dude, this is like his twisted, crazy mind, like, in a video game, and it's awesome. It really is. It's just so amazing to see these different locations, you know, and they all stand out. They legitimately stand out. I feel like if I were to play this game a few more times, I could totally be like, yep, that's from this level, that's from this level. They all stand out. They don't really run together too much. I think that they are super unique, they're super diverse even, and they have different gameplay mechanics. Like, there's some that really take some time and really take some almost puzzle solving. We're like, oh, I have to go over here, I have to do this, I have to get this suit, I have to go over here. Almost some legitimate thinking there going on. And then there's some levels that are just like, okay, shoot things, go to the ending. And I love that. It really does have a nice sense of diversity inside of the game. And in the game, you know, you can't get too crazy in terms of shooting and gunning, as I said before, but in terms of level design, they've really found some great diversity. I think that's the key thing about this game. The diversity in the levels keeps this game continuously being fresh, you know, at the ending of every single part of the game, because I think the game's cut into 3 different stages, basically. And at the end of every stage, there is a huge boss fight, and that boss fight's really cool, you know, even if it's the first, the ending of the first stage, where you have the 2 twins, and you're fighting them, and you're using the rocket launcher, jumping around, like, those moments are awesome. They really are. They're fun to play. They're fun to watch even. Like, no matter how crude the graphics are, because I don't think necessarily these graphics are crude, I think they really do stand up relatively well. They're not Call of Duty, of course, but they stand up. And running around, and you can totally see that this game is unique. It has a voice. It's trying to be different, and seeing the blood splatter, using the chainsaw, you know, these are things that are not only fun, but they're engaging and they're visually pleasing. No matter how, you know, pixelated the game is, it's visually pleasing, taking on a chainsaw. And that's another thing I want to get to. Taking out the chainsaw and hearing the sound of it, hearing the sound of the music around you, the atmosphere is only intensified by the actually amazing soundtrack. Every single level had a different, or at least to me it sounded different, different soundtrack. There wasn't just this repeating loop of the dun 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 dun. No, these were different musics. Like there was even a few levels where it was just a little softer, a little slower even, but the gameplay was fast. You know, there was different types of music that they were trying to put in there, different types of sound effects. You know, you can hear the screaming of the hellish enemies like around the corner. You don't know where they are. You're like, oh, I hear someone screaming, and it's scary as hell. And that's what really gets this game amazing. Like, that's what brings it into the classic territory. Not only the amazing shooting mechanics, I think that they're very straightforward. I think Wolfenstein pretty much is the same thing, but the atmosphere is what gets it every time, and the music and the sound effects just hits it home every single time. I think there was a part where I'm playing the game and like the lights start to flicker in the game, and then you hear like screaming of the enemies, and it got a little creepy too. Like, it was just like there were so many different things that this game was going for, and they all work at the same time. And that's why I love it. And then you go to the enemies, the different enemy types, you know, the huge, massive eyeball, and like the guys that shoot out the fireballs, and the classic gun shooters with the shotguns, right? Shooting them and having that sense of accomplishment where you just blast them with your shotgun or throw something at them, you know? I'm always going to remember the time when you go around the corner and you shoot your first guy with a shotgun, and picking that up, man, that game, it's special, and it really is special. There's no reloading, there is no fluff, there isn't anything like that. It's pure gameplay, pure game design, pure level design, and that's why this game is a classic. And I was surprised at how much I loved it, and I think I'm going to say that a lot throughout this entire series, but I'm surprised that I loved it this much because I grew up with modern and contemporary shooters. I never grew up with anything like this. This game is really special, and I'm really glad that I sat down and took the time, and he pretty much delayed an entire day because I'm on a schedule, and I delayed the day because the video game education, because it was supposed to be Half-Life originally, but I had problems with Half-Life in terms of me playing it, and became like really nauseous and sick. But I sat down, I was like, okay, let me play Doom as like the kind of like secondary, like, okay, I'll play Doom if anything goes wrong, and I played it today. And I'm in love with the game. I really am, and I think I'm gonna go back, play it again, or play the second one and continue it, and then maybe play even the third one, and then maybe go and look into the fourth one, the one that's coming out now. I really do love this game. I think it's special, and if you have a chance to play it, it's on every console. It's on Steam. It's on, you know, Xbox. It's everywhere. Like, just pick it up. Pick up whatever version you want. It's a game that I think everyone should experience once, and it's a fun time, and I think that's the main thing. This is a fun game. It has blood, it has gore, it has guts, it has explosions, you know? It is a shooter, and there is no fluff. There's no like, well, here's a crappy story for no reason. No, it has a weird, cool underbelly story, and then you're just in hell shooting demons, you know, demons are popping out at you. I love it. I really do love it. That's my thoughts on Doom. Amazing video game. Classic. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm dumb? Do you like my hairstyle? It's super long. I need to cut it really, really soon. Bye!